not us here again to talk about Lisa Rinna being a liar. Well, okay, maybe not a liar, but withholding the truth. Because Andy Cohen is responding to everyone saying that Lisa Rinna is calling you a liar. He says he reaches out to her and says those receipts that she said that she brought about Aspen and Kathy Hilton, he never saw them. Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, your number one source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. I know I've said I'm tired of talking about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, specifically Lisa Rinna. But you know who else is tired? Garcelle. Garcelle tweeted this earlier today. Guys, it's been a hell of a season. Hashtag RHOBH. I'm taking a mental break from it. When there's something important to talk about, I'll talk about it. So this is coming probably from the response. We just did a video earlier today talking about Diana Jenkins revealing, she's one step closer to finding out who was the person or persons behind the racist comments that Jax, Garcelle's son, received on social media during the season. So she's tired of it. So are we. Apparently, Lisa Rinna is tired of Twitter as well and is taking a break. She says that she's not banned. She's the one who deactivated her account. People are speculating maybe it has to do with the whole Elon Musk situation. Who knows? Anyways, so back to this. So as you know, we did this video earlier today talking about Lisa Rinna and her receipts. Lisa Rinna says, well, no, I had two envelopes. One was the Elton John stuff, and the other were 8 pages of text messages with my best friend and my assistant about everything that was going down in Aspen.
I had 2 envelopes, and one had receipts from 2 text chains. One I was texting with Erica because she asked me where I was and what had happened to me. And Kyle was there with her, so she knew exactly what was happening at the house and what had just gone down. And then the other was a text chain with my assistant and one of my best friends. They were asleep, so I couldn't reach them, so I was telling them exactly what had just happened in that house. I believe it's 8 pages long once I printed it out, and trying to figure out what the fuck to do.
Well, Andy Cohen, when he logs in, because he's just tired of you guys bashing him ever since the whole Garcelle reunion situation. So today he logs in and sees that Lisa Rinna is calling you a liar. Lisa Rinna is calling you a liar. So he has Lisa Rinna's number and he reaches out to her. He says this, I text Rinna, I said on the radio today that your receipts were all about the Elton John AIDS thing. Is that what they were? Question. Were there also Aspen receipts? Cohen said he asked her. The Watch What Happens live host then explained that Rinna told him what she revealed on Tuesday, that she brought 8 printed pages of text messages she sent to Erica Jane and a third-party friend when she was alone with Hilton during her alleged meltdown. She, quote, she said that was kind of my corroboration that I sent those texts that night, and that's what that was. And she never entered them to the court for consideration. All right. We never got them, Cohen said, referring to the reunion. Cohen explained that he's addressing the envelopes again because he went on social media and saw fans saying Rinna is calling you a liar over his one envelope claim. He says, this is me saying I believe both of these situations to be true. Rinna, so far, I haven't checked. I don't care at this point, Rinna. But Rinna, here's the thing. You can say, yes, there were 2 envelopes, but you can't make it seem like Andy Cohen knew that. Especially if you did not bring them out or you did. It was an edited out situation. This was, I have these 2 envelopes, but I never brought them out. I've never gave them to Andy. Especially when Kathy Hilton comes out. As soon as she comes out, wouldn't that be the first thing you take out? Of course they're going to edit out the Elton John situation because we've moved on. There's a lot of stuff. Andy says there was so much stuff that we just had to move on. We couldn't keep everything in, which makes a lot of people worried because some of the things that they've edited out throughout the season of Beverly Hills. They're like, this should have been kept in. This really added context. God only knows what we missed from this reunion. Bravo, you could have made a nice check from doing a, director's cut. I'm just saying, you guys would have watched it. People have been watching Beverly Hills. People would have watched a version of this reunion where we didn't get everything. Certain missing pieces, a special of it all. I'm not watching. I'm done. After this report, please let me be done. I'm like Garcelle. I just want to be done. I need a mental break from Lisa Rinna specifically. Her specifically. No one else. Her. So basically, Lisa Rinna had this second envelope, allegedly, but never brought it up. Never brought it out. Who cares about the Elton John situation? You allegedly moved on. Who cares about that? Okay, have it with you. But you brought that out. That's the only envelope that Andy saw. However, the one big storyline that you've been trying to drag out all season, you decide, I'm not going to bring it out. I'm not going to be like, wait 1 minute. I have receipts. This is what I was texting Erica and my assistant that night. You didn't even bring them out. But you know what this reminds everyone? That you are not a credible person that we can take at face value. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I'm not Team Kathy. I'm not Team Rinna. I am Team Kempire all day. Be Team you, period. However, I think the big problem for a lot of people and why people were Team Kathy or leaning more towards Kathy or believing Kathy is the lack of credibility when we look at people like Erica Jane, who calls victims liars, or Lisa Rinna, who's been caught out there lying and deflecting from her own home, the husband. This is what made it difficult. Had it been a Garcelle or a Crystal or even if it was Kyle herself bringing this up and making this an issue, people would probably wrote it off a little bit. But even Kyle, I know, has more credibility than Rinna and Erica. However, a lot of people have already said even Kyle's credibility is being lost because of who she's aligned herself with. And people really believe, based off the never before seen footage, that she wanted this out there. Yesterday we did a video talking about the writer from Vanity Fair saying that they spoke to someone at this same club and they revealed, well, yeah, Kathy Hilton was very drunk. And maybe it was the altitude, maybe it was other medication. But you know who was the really rude and terrible person that stood out to us? Lisa Rinna. So let me just say, there's smoke everywhere. There's a little smoke around Kathy, but there's a whole on fire burning like the devil.
Move your dirty blood clot, you bad-minded witch of your wicked demonic serpent, you.
Around Lisa Rinna. Lisa, I do think you are grabbing for relevancy at this point. You are because I think you see that in the far future, when the new season starts and you're not a part of it, people won't be reporting on you. Some people might. But your relevancy and your check will be gone. Oh. Guys, as always, look, this is Hollywood. She's used to it. She will find another gig. No one wishes anyone to be fired or anyone not being able to pay their mortgage or pay off the millions of dollars that's owed on a mortgage. No one wishes that on Lisa Rinna. But this is a bed that she's made for herself. She has said, this is my job to drag these people. And no, Rinna, I'm going to remind you, your job on this show is not to have people own it. It's not to drag people. Your job on the show is to share your life. It's to be a big, funny, enjoyable character, not to be a real life villain. Guys, you'll have your thoughts. Even if you differ in opinion, you know it's welcomed here, as long as you do it in a respectful way. Hopefully this is my last video of Beverly Hills, not just today, but for the rest of the week. As always, guys, let's continue with the conversation there. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.